Previously on The Insurance Apprentice.
R500,000 rands on the line. It's about survival.
I am the magic.
You are the cat with 9 lives.
The ladies are on their way out.
Every man for themselves.
I feel like I'm interviewing a politician right now.
I'm bitterly disappointed.
It's scary.
This is your last chance.
The ladies have brought knives to a gunfight.
I'd like to introduce you to our Wheel of Fate.
What?
Over the past few weeks, the contestants have been pushed to their limits. But today is no day to let their guard down, as they will be facing their toughest challenge yet, the fight to the finale. This season is brought to you by Sastria, safeguarding South Africa against extraordinary risks like riots, strikes, and unrest. I'm your host, Babi Malloy, and we are this close to crowning our ultimate ambassador of the insurance industry. By the time the credits roll, only 3 contestants will secure their spot in the finale, one step closer to that R500,000 grand prize. This episode is sponsored by the Financial Sector Conduct Authority. With the finish line in sight and only a few left in the race, today the contestants face a defining moment as they tackle the most dreaded task of the season with only 2 options: go big or go home. This is The Insurance Apprentice.
How's everyone feeling? Like, for realsies? Top 5, we're here. We've done enough to make it this far.
Being in the top 5 is such a huge accomplishment for me, but I know that winning will be the best.
Unequivocally, I think I'm my own biggest threat. There are fantastic other opponents, but I won't be looking at them as I approach the finish line.
Look, I was in the firing line last week and I put my own fate in someone else's hands and that didn't feel good. Sure.
Wow.
But I did that to myself. I performed poorly. I am a threat to everyone. Those that don't see me as a threat will have something coming for them very shortly.
Like, even to just make it to now, it's like, oh my gosh, gratitude, but also like, what a journey.
Yeah. And like, what the hell? What did I just
What the hell? Exactly. Like, what the hell? Yes.
To be the Insurance Apprentice would be a massive milestone. It would, in some way, be a medal of honor. It would shield me against the lack of solitude, man. The absence of my father really motivated a lot of my overcoming. You kind of want to prove to yourself that you can do it despite, his absence.
When I entered the competition, I was at rock bottom. When you're thinking that every breath you're taking is probably the last, and you're thinking of the people that you're leaving behind. So I couldn't go any lower than that. So the only way for me after that was up.
You could literally feel the toll that it's taken, like, over the past couple of weeks. It's insanity.
These past weeks have been, whew.
Yeah.
What I'm doing this for mostly is for the less privileged. I just want to be able to present something new and something different and help people to actually want more for themselves.
No, but do you realize that we're standing with the top 3 somewhere in the midst of us?
That's an essence.
But it's just scary to say.
What's pushing me until the end is really my mom. So every single morning she would send me little messages, you've got this, My mom's been everything to me, bruh.
Good luck.
Good luck today.
You all deserve it. And whoever gets it and whoever makes it through, it's well deserved.
I want to do it for my son. I want him to have a very powerful mommy. And I just don't want him to ever look back and feel like she never tried.
I think whoever performs today secures their spot.
Hopefully the best man or lady will come out on top.
Top 5 on 3. 1, 2, 3. Top 5!
I want people to know that I am the only one that can stop me.
Redemption is on the cards for me. And I'll close off by saying, am I ever gonna quit? Hell no.
Well, today, 2 contestants won't get that choice. because only 3 can move forward to the ultimate finale.
Winning the Insurance Apprentice for me would be a very big badge of honor. It would prove a point to myself that I'm worthy of the title and offer life to the thoughts that I have that potentially could better the industry. I grew up with a bit of drugs and violence. There was a time when things was quite challenging on the home front, and I had been sent to live with my grandmother and grandfather. My grandfather was a very big support. He taught me a lot about being a man, somebody who can be reliable and somebody who can be trustworthy. And I was able to articulate a lot of that over to my brother. My brother and I were extremely close. He was a mischievous little bugger. We had every challenge thrown our way and had fortunately overcome just about every one of them. 5 years ago, my brother died under very mysterious circumstances. It was extremely difficult coming to grips with that. He was my only brother, the only one who could understand. I think he'd be impressed with me. I think he would be overjoyed at the success. I suppose the business's success is also a testament to the pain that I've dealt with. It was easier to focus on helping people than to focus solely on the difficulty of not having him around. Miss him every day. I, in particular, don't want the people around me to use an excuse that their circumstances have inhibited them from achieving their goals. You can achieve many things with the right mindset.
Welcome, top 5. Before we get into today's task, I'd just like to thank our headline sponsors once again, which is Sazria, and of course our task sponsor today, which is the Financial Sector Conduct Authority. And I'm joined by Mahompi Rapasha. He's the Departmental Head of Insurers Supervision. And of course, I'm also joined by Knox Dlamini, who I know you've all become familiar with. Welcome, Knox.
Thank you so much, Simon.
Congratulations are obviously in order. Being part of the top 5 puts you in a very elite group of contestants. It's very, very difficult to get to the stage of the competition that you are in now. However, we only have 4 spots going into this next task. I'm sure you would have noticed the buzzers in front of you. We'll be playing a game of rapid risk before we get to our task briefing. Now, in this challenge, I'll be asking you 10 compliance-related questions. The first person to hit the buzzer gets to answer the question. After 10, the contestant with the lowest number of correct answers will be leaving the competition immediately. Contestants, are you ready?
Yes.
Yes.
What is the role of the FSCA? Ayanda?
To regulate the conduct of financial services providers.
That is correct. Does Sazria cover natural disasters? Mabato?
No, Sazria covers political violence, riots and strikes.
That is correct. What is excluded in replacement cost? Darius?
Betterment is excluded in replacement costs.
That is correct, Darius. What happens after a policy lapses? Ayanda?
The cover ceases and it needs to be renewed.
That is correct. Who resolves unresolved complaints relating... Mabato?
The insurance ombudsman.
That is correct. What is an insurance ombudsman? Darius?
An insurance ombudsman is there to provide oversight and assist with complaints resolution in the insurance industry.
We will accept that. What is the purpose of the Protection of Personal Information Act? Mabato?
The purpose of the POPI Act is to ensure that the personal information of our customers and individuals is not compromised, and that when it is shared, those individuals are notified that there may have been a data breach.
That is correct. How long must insurers keep client records after a policy lapses? Darius?
5 years, Simon.
That is correct. We only have 2 questions left. And Kaya and Anele, you have failed to answer any of the questions. What does CPD stand for? Mabatu, you were fastest to the buzzer.
CPD stands for Continuous Professional Development.
That is correct. So we've got Mabatu with 4 correct answers, Darius with 3, and Ayanda with 2. And a nice round number for our other 2 contestants, Kaya and Anele, with a score of 0. Mabatu, Darius, and Ayanda, you are safe from elimination. Anele and Kaya, one of you will be leaving the competition right now. We'll be moving to a sudden death challenge. The next correct answer sees one of you completing our top 4. For the other, the road ends now.
With a curveball that no one saw coming, the contestants were thrown into a high-stakes rapid-risk challenge. But Anele and Kaya are stuck in a deadlock, fighting for survival. Now, sudden death will decide their fate.
The next correct answer sees one of you completing our top 4. For the other, the road ends now. Your question: how long does an insurance company have to respond to a client complaint? Kaya?
They have 30 days.
That is incorrect. The answer is 20 business days. What is the maximum time allowed for insurers to investigate a claim before providing a decision? Kaya?
3 months.
That is correct. You are safe. Anele? The road ends here for you. You are dismissed. Well done, all of you. Although I'm sure you're aware, the scores are extremely close. Winning this task today still means that you can take home the title. Mahompi, over to you.
Thank you very much, Simon. Today's task of the FSCA is on fairness and transparency in embedded products. As the conduct regulator, we have identified issues with embedded insurance products like travel insurance, credit insurance, and funeral insurance that are being sold without transparency. What we have also established is that these products are often bundled with non-insurance services such as credit cards or mobile contracts. Your task today is to design practical solutions that will help to improve how bundled insurance products are being developed, how they are being marketed, and how they are delivered to the South African insurance market. Thank you and good luck.
Thanks, Mahompi. Knox, do you have any wise words for our contestants?
Congratulations on making top 4. You deserve the recognition as the best and the brightest that our industry has to offer. It really hasn't been easy, and you guys are still standing. Well done. And I'm certainly looking forward to some top 4 worthy presentations today. Good luck.
Thanks, Knox. So your teams are Ayanda and Mabatu, and of course Darius and Kaya. I need to remind you that whilst there are 4 in this task, only 3 move into the finale. Someone will be going home today. Good luck to you. Your time starts now.
With Anele cut from the competition, only 4 contestants are left standing in the fight for that R500,000 prize package.
I'm a bit taken aback because it was so unexpected. I think I'm just shocked in general of what just happened. I don't deserve to go home, but I'm accepted to go home. You can't always be the one. If it's not for you, it's not for you, and it's okay. My overall journey has been exciting. There's been a lot of ups and downs, but all in all, it was fun. I hope it gives people more confidence in me.
1, 2, 3.
Don't forget who you are. Stay confident and don't stop trying.
With only 2 hours on the clock, the contestants must untangle the fine print of bundled insurance covers and create a solution that's clear, fair, and truly delivers when customers need it most.
We are here.
We are here.
Top 4.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done.
Well done to us. I am top 4 indeed. I still don't know how I did it.
Your hands were so quick, like I kept on putting mine on top of yours, like literally.
This morning's challenge was designed for someone like me. When they said hands on the buzzer, I just knew that was mine to take. I don't think I was expecting someone to go home like that.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a shocker.
What was that? I swear to you, I've got 20 lives.
Kaya and I are in a group. Our group is much smaller than what we're both used to. He's got a good brain on him from a technical adeptness perspective.
Darius is the team leader, simply because I think to some extent it is his strong point.
What we must consider doing to get a good buffer and to get time buffer for the brain is to not try and do, I do 5 months and you do 5 months.
I know.
I nominate you as team leader.
Thank you.
It's just the 2 of us. So we'll both be leading, but you are the front. You are the face and the beauty of this team.
Yeah, no, I'm happy with that.
Working with Mabatu has been great, actually. She's not dominating, and I'm by no means trying to be dominating in our team effort. I feel like we're competitors the way that we're sitting. I don't like it.
Oh, but we are competitors, my good sir. I did come from a horrific losing streak. But what was always important to me is that even if the team doesn't perform, I still have to show up for myself.
Oftentimes, records of advice and disclosures need to be done in either plain language to say, well, this is what it does. Is it relevant to you? I see myself as my biggest threat currently, to make sure I don't trip myself up. But if I had to select a competitor, it would be that Ayanda.
My biggest threat currently is Ayanda. Ayanda is quite technically apt. He's been really showing himself as the competition progressed.
Insurers must make sure that these products align with those particular consumers' financial needs. My biggest threat right now will be Mabato, Darius, and Kaya. Everyone is a threat at this point.
Are we doing problem statement first or the acronyms?
Let's do the problem statement.
Sharp. I have a desire to be the best. I have a desire to succeed. And that's what's keeping me going. Without that, I don't think I would have gotten this far. I had a child at a relatively young age, but I still had to make sure that I succeeded in life. Because I have someone that's looking up to me, I cannot fail, and I shouldn't fail.
I think about my brother a lot. I think about what he'd think of the scenario. And I want to be sure to live up to his expectations as his big brother.
I was at rock bottom. There was no going lower than where I was. So the only way that I could go was up. My biggest motivation right now will have to be my family. I want to represent them as best as I can and, show the person that my mom and dad have raised.
Outside of all of the challenges that me growing up without a father brought, this is encouragement to the 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 7-year-old Kaya to say that, hey, despite all of this, you're here.
Some of these insurance products are intended to assist the consumer.
Correct.
But they just need to be understood.
I think one thing that you can rest assured with is that everyone with credit should have credit insurance.
100%.
So I really want to win this competition, not only for myself, not only as an example for my son, but also to see my parents beaming with pride. As a result of your blood pressure being high, we will not cover you.
Are you saying we need to reword the terms and conditions?
Yes, but important to include examples.
I now look forward to making it into the top 3, and that will for me be full circle.
Preparation is over. What happens next will decide it all. The final task, the final showdown, and their final chance to secure a place in the top 3.
Good luck.
Thank you so much to the board of the FSCA for joining us on how we can address the issue of communication around embedded products. So the problem that we've identified with the embedded products is just a general lack of understanding of those products, as well as the policy terms and conditions. We've also looked at a lack of understanding on the provider side of their actual target market. And then obviously there's no transparency because people don't know what they're getting.
Thank you. Now, the FSCA is obviously the regulatory body that ensures that there is a fair and stable financial sector. The policy protection rules are aimed at protecting the consumers of insurance products, right? And ensuring that there is fair treatment, transparency, as well as access to suitable insurance policies that meet their needs.
Are you both going to be reading this presentation, or will you actually be presenting it?
Absolutely.
Absolutely, sir.
Thank you.
In terms of our proposed controls that we are putting forward, we absolutely have to have transparent marketing. So the language has to be plain and in simple language. And then just in terms of the embedded products, it shouldn't be an automatic thing when they purchase the base product. And then after a cooling off period, possibly 48 to 72 hours, I should then get the option whether I want to opt into the sub covers or whether I would like to leave that out. And then finally, any premiums that are attached to those embedded covers need to be made very clear to the customers, or any costs related to that, especially where fees are bundled. Embedded services need to be highlighted as separate.
We think that if it is in the fine print, it should not be material. If it is important enough, put it in the main body or the main contract. We are of the view that we need to reword the terms and conditions to also be in simple and plain languages, and maybe include images and graphics of how the policy actually works or can work. Have an image of a flow chart. You have a claim, what comes next? All of that should be clear for the consumer to access. The service provider also needs to make sure that the claims escalation processes are clearly communicated, as well as any relevant...
Your time is up. I can't actually believe that after you've gotten this far in the competition, that you still spend so much time articulating the problem. There really is no excuse at this stage of the competition for poor timekeeping.
Before I get into the technical aspects, I am so bothered by how disinterested you both look. I see you shaking your head. Do you think you were giving energy?
No.
And if I was watching at home, I would have long switched, my TV off or changed channels. So I want to ask both of you, do you actually want to be here?
Absolutely.
The FACE legislation already imposes requirements on FSPs to train their representatives. So are you saying that we need a completely new legislation?
I think we need to strengthen, I think we need to strengthen the current legislative framework, because what you're seeing on the front line is that these products aren't necessarily being sold by insurance representatives. So even if you were to ask for advice, you wouldn't feel as though you could ask that particular person because they don't exhibit the product knowledge.
Is that your key innovation that you're suggesting?
Again, one of our bullets is that if it is in the fine print, it should not be material. That's what we are actually putting forward.
But that's not innovative. I mean, that goes without
common
saying.
sense, actually. From what I'm reading and from what I've heard and from what I'm trying to digest with your very poor question answering is you almost suggesting that these service providers should be mini insurance companies and should have internal sales team and internal reps. And as a business, I literally just don't see how that is feasible.
How are we helping consumers here?
If I'm buying a cell phone, I am excited that I'm buying a cell phone through a contract. If you are going to add a funeral policy in that state of mind that I'm in, I'm most likely going to say yes. But if you give me 48 hours to consider that add-on product, my mind might be different.
No, sorry, there's no more time. And for something where you guys were asked to enhance the transparency, you've just made it more muddled than before you came in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The grilling after this presentation was just so much worse when compared to the previous weeks. Sheesh.
Today they were unreasonably tough, but the expectations are high, the standards are high. It is the top 4.
It's top 4 for now, but very soon only 3 will remain. Group 2 is about to take their shot and prove to the judges that they deserve a spot in the finale.
Just a reminder, failure to win this task will result in one of you going home today. $500,000 up for grabs. Take it away.
Good day, board. We are Touchpoint Solutions, and we are here to, in essence, solution for our problem statement. How do we ensure that those who are really vulnerable really receive the adequate care from those who disseminate and sell financial products?
Ultimately, we have to ask ourselves, is the current system working for clients? Our task especially is to ensure that these bundled products that are being sold are being given the due care when it comes to the recommendation perspective, as well as the consideration necessary to encourage and incentivize the right, transparent behavior from our selling parties or the businesses. We want to make sure that the appropriate marketing and sales processes that address words like free benefits. We all know the benefit isn't free. Tell us the cost. If we can separate this, they can have a look at what those costs are and make more informed decisions. What about an opt-out option? To say that, thank you for this product, but I won't be making use of it, and therefore you can remove it, and you can put that extra loaf of bread back in my pocket.
We want to ensure that on our framework called TITA, which means touch, that there is a record of advice from a disseminator perspective in order for us to reference the choice that the client has made. Lastly, this TITA framework will lie within the framework of the FSCA to ensure that their conduct as well as their furnishing of advice is adequate.
From a post-sales challenges perspective, we want to ensure that we assume that there may be a bit of a lack of recourse. So to help our clients, we want to make sure that they're very aware of where they can take their complaints to. We also have a decentralized claims process. The idea here is that any participating TITA business has the ability to give their client the ability to claim from any, perhaps a speed point or a retailer.
The disseminator, should the client not have taken up the benefits, will ensure to follow up with the client. Mr. Client, did you know that by purchasing this specific bundled product, the following benefits are stated in which you can take up or not? And lastly, we want to reward these disseminators to ensure that they are operating within the necessary frameworks of the Financial Sector Conduct Authority.
Thank you. Mahompi?
When you presenting on post-sale challenges, I didn't get the point, and I think you made this, Darius, where you say perhaps there is a lack of recourse, we can assume. Why are you assuming? Why are you not certain?
Thank you, Gompi. That was badly phrased from my perspective. We know there's recourse, but the education or the awareness of what to do when that happens is actually what I was aiming towards in that question.
You spoke about increased transparency via education and facilitation of treating customers fairly, best practices. But how?
So the disseminators will be adequately educated in order to furnish advice to our clients in order to create kind of like a unique...
But wouldn't it be a good idea at a sort of national level to be educating everyone?
I think to a degree it's answered by the certification.
What? How?
We offer the certification post the fact to businesses that have moved through these processes of best practice. So that
I think you're missing the point, Darius, because the consumer needs to be made aware before the transaction happens that there might be something embedded. And I don't see where you've dealt with this in your presentation.
I think I have a good grasp of the different elements, but you haven't told me how to claim. You know, you haven't told me who my insurer is. So walk me through the claims process.
Sure. So in essence, we spoke about decentralizing the claims process, and this speaks to really accessibility of our target market or those who are vulnerable.
Okay, you're not understanding me. I, Knox, have walked into a shop, Darius's shop. He sold me a cell phone, and you guys have educated me, and I'm happy, but now I need to claim for that funeral benefit. How does that work?
So education happened at the point of sale. Secondly is that you utilize the TITA platform in order for you to register the claim, and then you receive live notifications of where your claim is at up until completion of claim.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, panel. I think ultimately we put a good show on the table for the judges to consider. Kaya came out relatively smoothly. We presented relatively smoothly with only a few hiccups here and there.
From Darius's side, the organicness was lacking. We finished on time, but however, I feel like that Darius is a little bit anxious. Just a touch. Yeah.
This is your last chance to show your support for the contestant that you believe deserves the crown. And you could walk away with 50,000 Rand in cash. Simply visit theinsuranceapprentice.co.za and cast your vote. It's that easy. The winner of the cash prize will be announced at the finale.
The judges have seen enough. The contestants have laid it all on the line, but now the final deliberation begins to decide who will earn their place in the grand finale and who will be left watching from the sidelines.
We've seen both, and I was less than impressed with one of them. Mahompi, how do you think the groups reacted to it?
So one really struggled with the tasks. I think the solutions were not really practical. And then you have got another group, not quite impressive, but they did make some very important and valid points regarding the task.
The last deliberation from the judges is really a nerve-wracking one. It really speaks to the final fate, whether or not you're still in the race for 500,000 Rand.
I was very confused by one group. And if we are sitting here as professionals and we're experiencing this, I can only imagine what is happening with anyone else watching.
Do I want to be in the top 3? Hell yes. 500,000 is no child's play. But whoever makes it to the top 3, I think well deserved.
Mahompi, do you think someone watching this at home would go, actually, I've been a victim of these embedded products?
There might be someone at home saying, I've got this credit card, I need to check what else does it come with after watching this episode.
I'm excitedly relieved that this is the last judgment that needs to take place. I believe I've done my best. In fact, I know I've done my best.
The one group, at some point, like, are they making it up on the spot?
Yeah.
You know, it just was not well thought through at all.
I want to win, but at the same time, I'm not going to take away from the fact that I've done enough to show who I am and what I'm capable of.
Somebody amongst these 4 individuals is the insurance apprentice for 2025. Do we know, based on today's performance, who does not deserve that at all?
They're up for elimination.
This individual.
Absolutely.
If I just look at the overall performance, I would say the one on the far left should be the one going home.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I had exactly the same sentiment. So that's decided. Let's get them back in here. I'd like to start by thanking Sazria, our headline sponsor, Standard Bank Insurance Brokers for our accommodation, and of course Old Mutual Insure for our beautiful studio. And last but not least, of course the FSCA, and we were joined today by Mahompi, who prepared what I think was an excellent task. Mahompi, I'm going to start by handing over to you and you can give us your feedback, if you don't mind.
Yeah. No, thank you, Simon. The one group, I think the task challenged you, and the other group, as the FSCA, we got some of the solutions from you. Hopefully we'll be able to use them and see whether they really work or not in practice. Thanks.
Thanks, Mahompi. Knox, your feedback?
I don't think that the contest was closed off on a particularly good note. This is not a competition that gives participation points. It's about 10 individuals who come here and leave everything on the floor with one winner emerging victorious from their equally talented peers. And I really would have liked to see that, especially today. Thanks, Simon.
Thanks, Knox. There is that prize pool of R500,000 for the winner. Not to mention the title of the Insurance Apprentice for 2025. And unfortunately, one of you cannot go through to the finale and has to leave us today.
The top 4 have left it all on the table, but the judges can only take 3 into the grand finale. For one contestant, their dream of becoming the insurance apprentice ends here.
Kaya, you had some tough times in the last task. It looked like nobody in particular wanted you in their group. And then you had what I would say was quite a remarkable comeback. How do you think you did today?
I don't think I fared quite well. If you had to contrast me against my peers,
I'm still very proud of him as a teammate, irrespective. His development over the past has been exceptional. His character as a person, as a man, as a fellow professional in the insurance industry is remarkable.
Ayanda, how do you think you did today?
Certainly much better than last week. Last week was my worst performance in the entire competition.
Were you concerned that Mabatu's extensive experience with being in the losing group would rub off on you?
Not on this week's task, no.
Well, I'm sorry to say, but unfortunately, Ayanda, you were the lowest score today, and you're dismissed.
Thank you.
Mabatu, you survive another round. You're all in the top 3.
Congratulations, guys. Yay! Congratulations. Congrats.
I really want to congratulate the 3 of you. You've done incredibly well, and I think any one of you would make an excellent insurance apprentice for 2025.
Thank you.
We'll see you all at the finale.
With Ayanda and Anele out of the running, our top 3 is locked in. And now, the grand finale awaits, where one of them will be crowned the insurance apprentice.
I've done what I had to do. The rest was not up to me. I don't know if I was the worst performer from the 4 of us. It's the nature of the game, it's the nature of the competition. What can we say?
We've lost amazing candidates for the title of the insurance apprentice along the way.
But yeah, an absolute well done to the top 3. Not everyone can do what they did, and they can definitely hold themselves proud.
The flame that each one of us have had in our eyes, as we've been losing those people, it both increases our own, but it's also sad.
Yeah, overall journey on TIA, I think I've enjoyed it. I mean, I've enjoyed working with different people. So it's been quite an interesting one.
To the both of you, my goodness. Guys, thank you. I really feel like I'm sitting in the presence of giants, industry giants, and I'm just grateful for that, man. Really, it's been a journey.
It has.
From here, I want to focus on my personal growth. I would like to do an MBA or leadership course. I'm really hoping that this platform can elevate that.
So, bro, I'm proud of you, man. Congrats, my brother. Well deserved.
Someone had to go, guys.
That's true.
Like, 3 of the best. As I said earlier, from the 4 of us, whoever goes through, well deserved. Well done, guys.
Well done.
Yeah, real champs.
Good job, bro.
If I was to speak to my younger self right now, I'd say a journey awaits. Keep your chin up, shoulders back, and take it as it comes.
Top 7. Top. 1, 2, 3. Top 3!
Well, that is our top 3.
Next week on The Insurance Apprentice.
There can only be one winner.
I am upset.
Her head should actually be the one to roll first.
The ladies have brought knives to a gunfight.
I would have sent an entire team home.
I wanted to shoot myself in the groin.
It is a massive milestone.
I'm worthy of the title.
I am the next insurance apprentice.